And Trump said, that Ukraine phone call, that was nothing compared to what I usually do. And he said, that Ukraine phone call, that's nothing compared to what we usually talk about.
That was Australian billionaire Anthony Pratt, who was given classified information by Donald Trump. There he was describing another incident where Donald Trump was bragging about extorting Ukrainian President Zelensky, but the incident relevant to the criminal prosecution of Donald Trump involves Donald Trump telling Anthony Pratt about our nuclear submarine program, which Pratt then told numerous other individuals in the government in Australia, as well as reporters and others, jeopardizing America's national security. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and I want to play that clip at the top because it highlights how not secure Mar-A-Lago is. And as Special Counsel Jack Smith continues to prepare for the trial in the federal criminal prosecution against Donald Trump in the Southern District of Florida for willful retention of national defense information, obstruction of justice, and making false statements, as well as the case against Trump's co-defendants, Waltine Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira, Special Counsel Jack Smith is putting together numerous other witnesses, people who worked at Mar-A-Lago. A new report from CNN discusses the various witnesses expected to testify, and this was the CNN exclusive, what the woodworkers saw. Trump documents trial may put resort workers on the witness stand, sources say. A plumber, a maid, a chauffeur, and a woodworker are among Mar-a-Lago staffers and contract workers who federal prosecutors may call to testify against Donald Trump and his two co-defendants in their upcoming criminal trial in federal court in Florida, according to multiple people familiar with the investigation. Between kind of part-time and full-time staff at Mar-a-Lago, there's about 25 rooms at Mar-a-Lago. A lot of social events take place at Mar-a-Lago. Anywhere up to around 150 people could be working at Mar-a-Lago based on part-time and full-time staff and contractors. And a lot of people, according to this report, who worked at Mar-a-Lago have told Special Counsel Jack Smith about the unusual things that they saw at Mar-a-Lago regarding these classified documents. A plumber who wasn't sure what he saw, but looked like he thought it was props from a movie or something with all of these boxes that were in the bathrooms. You had a woodworker from South Florida who installed crown molding in Trump's bedroom, noticed papers that were kind of all around, and it's believed that those could be classified documents, and a maid who cleaned Trump's suite, a plumber who worked at the property for a few days a year, the maintenance worker, all of them seeing very unusual activity regarding these documents that were all throughout Mar-a-Lago. And one of the things that Special Counsel Jack Smith is going to show when he puts on this case is just, again, that Mar-a-Lago was not a secure facility, that you had lots of individuals, whether they were from America or from other countries, who may have interests that were potentially adverse to the United States, traveling there. We've documented, and it's been well reported, that there were incidents where foreign national spies went to Mar-a-Lago and potentially, could have had access to these documents, because we know where the documents were located. They were they were put in rooms that anybody could access. I mean, we've in the show I do with Michael Cohen was talking about Political Beatdown. Cohen was talking about how you could get into these rooms. I mean, where the auditorium room and other rooms where these classified documents were being kept by Donald Trump. We're talking about our nation's highest classified secrets, and if that doesn't make you livid, I don't know what else does. Yusel Taveras, you remember that name? Yusel Taveras, that's employee number 4 who used to be represented by the same lawyer that represents one of Donald Trump's co-defendants. Yusel Taveras, remember, initially told the grand jury in Washington, D.C. that he had no knowledge of the classified information and lied. And then when he retained independent counsel, because there was a special hearing that was held in Washington, D.C., then admitted that actually he did indeed see the classified information. And then that's why we got the superseding indictment where, in addition to to Donald Trump, you had Carlos de Oliveira, the maintenance worker, who was added as well. And Yusel Taveras was the head of IT. And one of the things that Donald Trump didn't realize, I mean, again, just talk about, just a total lack of situational awareness. Remember all the reporting we did on Yusel Taveras here for the grand jury testimony and how Yusel Taveras was instrumental in the superseding indictment. And Yusel Taveras was approached, he says, by Waltin Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira and Donald Trump and asked if he could destroy the surveillance footage and all of that. Yusel Taveras still, according to this article, still worked at Mar-A-Lago until recently. Donald Trump didn't realize there's just no oversight at all. Yusel Taveras was still in his position there and only resigned recently, or so it said. But Donald Trump had no clue that Yusel Taveras was still there and was livid when he found out that Yusel Taveras was still working there. Now, where are we with the Mar-A-Lago document case with all of these people testifying or set to testify? Well, trial's supposed to take place May of 2024. Doesn't seem like that's a possibility at all, though, because Judge Eileen Cannons, through these paperless orders, has continued to move the dates. We certainly expect, and this order could hit even as I'm recording this video, that the May 20th, 2024 trial date's going to be moved. She's stayed all of her other deadlines, from discovery deadlines, Classified Information Procedure Act deadlines, dispositive motion deadlines. So it's unclear. It would be impossible to now hold the trial in May. But as I said, strategically, one of the things Judge Eileen Cannon's trying to do to help Donald Trump is to not actually reschedule the trial date. And so you see how just kind of sloppy Judge Cannon's being, and just how atrocious it looks. Like, the appearance of what she's doing is also pitiful. Because not only, it's like, look, if you want to move the trial date and you want to be, corrupt about it too, it's like, well, you can move the date. And then if Special Counsel Jack Smith thinks that there's anything appealable in it, unfortunately, judges have a lot of discretion to move dates. So probably not a lot Jack Smith can do, but at least just move the date so that people know what's going on. I mean, she's moved, she didn't sign the protective order for the SEPA documents, the Classified Information Procedure Act documents, until mid-September. That delayed things, so Donald Trump asked for an extension, and then she did like an October 6th paperless order, then an October 19th paperless order. She set a hearing on November 1st. On November 1st, she said she was going to delay the proceedings, and then waited, 9 days, 10 days later before saying anything about what she's going to do. And then she stayed all the other deadlines. And so what Judge Cannon's doing is she wants to make sure that no one else can take that May date. And she's specifically looking at Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and the Georgia RICO case. So she's trying to make sure that no one can swoop in and take that that May 20th, 2024 date. But she doesn't want to schedule another date so that someone like Fani Willis can come in and swoop and get the date. So she's just not making any ruling at all. So we just don't know when the date is right now of this trial. But anyway, Special Counsel Jack Smith's preparing, though, as though he's ready, and he's going to present a diligent case. And it's a simple case. That's the thing too. It's an easy case. Donald Trump kept national defense information. Was he supposed to have it? No, that's the crime. Simple as that. Simple as that. We'll keep you posted as we learn more, but interesting that all of these individuals who worked at Mar-A-Lago are now going to be testifying against Donald Trump and showing just how unsecure Mar-A-Lago is. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, and have a great day.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.